Everybody, and welcome back to Edgewater. This time we are back on Farm Sim 22 and we are in Edgewater. How y'all doing today? Don't worry about my missing timer. Everything is still fine and dandy. Mr. Jenner, I see you're having fun over on the server. Richard, I don't know what to tell you. I've got the same thing. If I try to hire a helper on this field, it says no field found. So I'm guessing maybe it has something to do with the swathing aspect and it being a different crop. I don't really know. Blue sign, welcome. I do not know that person, blue sign. Although we give Edgewater a little run for its money. I'm gonna be heading out of town tomorrow, so we're gonna go for a doubleheader today, live stream this afternoon, live stream tonight, and then we're gonna be out of town until Wednesday. Hogan, we are in single player. We typically do not invite just random folks in. Richard, yes, according to the description, there's a 20% yield bonus for swathing as opposed to traditional harvesting of select crops. Flax is one of those. Blue sign. I rarely remember much from last week, let alone 2 years ago. So we're just trying to clean up a little bit from where I had staged the thumbnail. Blue sign, that is exactly what it's called. It's called a swather. And this one is over at the Giants Mod Hub. Welcome, Waylon. How are you doing today? I decided we would go for a little bit of a yellow theme. So I gave this one the Challenger skin. We've got the New Holland Harvester, which is the harvester we start with. And then I was like, well, let's bale the straw with the Vermeer self-propelled baler. So that's what we're doing. I know this map was highly looked after, or looked towards. Finally got released. I think tonight we might try to harvest some peas if we've got them available. Now the texture on the swath of mowed crop looks an awful lot like just grain. And then after you mow it, or after you harvest it, of course it comes out with a bit of a darker straw color. You can swap most grains, but not all. Or I guess maybe you can swath all grains, but only some give you a yield bonus. Let's see here. Looking at the mod hub page, we get wheat, barley, oats, flax, and canola. All provide a 20% yield bonus if they are swathed, as opposed to traditionally harvested. Mr. Gina, I did not hear that, but that makes sense. I don't recall seeing a slurry trigger during the map video. But, of course, if the cows are always outside, there's nothing to capture their slurry, and therefore there's kind of really not that big of a surprise, I guess. So you don't often see slurry on open pastures. You don't often see manure on open pastures as a result of that. Darren, what's up? What is up? Yeah, typically the slurry that you're capturing is going to be the business of the cow when they are inside the barn, likely feeding or being milked, as opposed to, when they're outside. So this is the starting field. This is the starting field 1. And field 1 has like one. We're doing this area here. Then I think we'll harvest this, bale this, and then I'll jump over and maybe do section here. And then we'll do that section. Kind of section it out. I think if we play this map and we end up planting this field in something, I'm going to plant it in 2 different crops. Section here to this side of the ditch, I'm going to treat as one field, and the other side of the ditch, I'm going to treat as another field. Schultz, what's up? What is up? I tell you what. Farm Machine Show, they had a Massey Ferguson swather at the AGCO show and booth, whatever you want to call it. And I tell you what, these things are a lot bigger than I thought. What's up, GoldenEye? What is up? Everybody, welcome back. We are on Edgewater, giving this map a go. I've got a few hours before I have to head out. We are shipping out tomorrow on a few-day trip. So we're going to be doing a double-header live stream today. Live stream this afternoon, live stream this evening, and then I'm going to be out of town until Wednesday. So no Sunday night convoy night for me. The Sunday night mayhem crew, I'm sure, will be doing their own thing. So be sure to check them out. Mr. Jenner is working it over on Edgewater on a server over in the Discord. I think he's got people filled up there. But I think they are having a good old time there. Schultz is working it on UMRV on another server over on the Discord. I hear he is a corn fiend. Can't get enough corn over there on the server. How is everybody doing this fine afternoon? What type of snow did you all get? I hear the Midwest got socked with a ton of snow. We are getting a cold rain right now. It is upper 30s and raining here. Likely not going to accumulate much. Biggest risk is tonight when it all freezes over. Did everybody check out the other map that released yesterday? That map has a ton of olives, a ton of grapes, some other really interesting things you can grow on it. Oh, I hope your car wasn't too much for repair, GoldenEye. Before we get too far into this video is brought to you by Diablo del Toro and Dwayne Unruh. Thank you for being farm barons. A couple inches, but it'll be gone. Charlie boy, welcome. Welcome. Oh, thank you very much there, Aximus. Thank you. Oh, the darn light bulbs. I would love them to invent a light bulb that doesn't burn out. You thought that was going to be the solution with the LED bulbs. Nope, LED bulbs burn out too. It's like, come on, people, right? Let's invent something that doesn't obsolete itself. Who else is playing Edgewater, and what have you done so far? Inquiring mind want to know. Oh, the cow farm. Schultz has bought a swather, that's all he's done. I mean, you don't want to overachieve. Tell you what I noticed on this map, on this particular save, is like everything is ready to harvest. Nearly everything is in a ready to harvest state. I don't know if it's like that for others. So far, I just booted it up in new farmer mode, leased some stuff, and I saw that I could swath this field of flax. We already own the field, so I was like, okay, why not? Yeah, I'm wanting to try out the peas and lentils. This is Ryan. This is a swather over at the Giants Mod Hub by BC Bueller. I believe it's BC Bueller. I just decided to go with a yellow theme. So we skinned it in Challenger colors. Since we're using the New Holland harvester that came with the save game. GoldenEye, the map says up to 20%. The map says up to 20%. So that's the swathed crop. And then this is the flax straw. And we have a flax straw bale. And now we're going to use the pickup header. This was released over at the Giants Mod Hub the same day the map was dropped. It only works on select maps. Flax I would not think would regrow. It's just another way of harvesting a crop. Not a lot of people do it this way, but this is not an uncommon way of harvesting things. You would mow the crop over while it's still in a little bit of a green state. You're not waiting for it to dry out. And then you let it lay on the ground. I guess dry out on the ground. And then you come through this and it just picks it up gently and then runs it through the machine gently. And in theory, you're dropping and losing less grain as a result. That's how I understand the process to work. Now, of course, the map has to be prepared for that. So just picking it up with a belt. It has some tines on it. I don't know if you can windrow it, and I would think that probably in practice, windrowing it would be not advised. The whole idea is to handle the crop as gently as possible. So windrowing it would be flinging it around quite a bit. That would be a little counterproductive. Like I said, the idea is to mow it and lay it down nice and gently while it's still a little green. So you're going to not so much lose the grain off the head. Let it dry in the field. And then to come through with this to gently pick it up. See how the belt has some pickup tines. So the head just basically gently picks up the windrow and pulls it into the header. It pulls it into the harvester. And then the harvester does what it needs to do. So at the end of the day, you are hopefully collecting more grain than you did by letting it dry out and cut it and run it through the header the more, I guess, more traditional way. We have flax straw coming out the back, which we could actually then take over to the spinnery. The spinnery on the map is set up to accept flax straw as an input. The only downside is, for whatever reason, this map is not set up to allow you to sell fabric or sell clothing. So you can't even put down a tailor and process that fabric into clothing and then sell it. You would need to put down your own sell point to then get rid of your fabric or your clothing. I mentioned that in the map video. Really feel it's an oversight. It's a missed opportunity. You've got flax straw set up to do clothing or fabric. Why not go ahead and have some way of doing something with that fabric? Further process it or sell it as an extension of the whole flax, introduction of flax as a crop. Too bad I couldn't make the, I couldn't make this gravity wagon yellow. Let's go here and change this. Where is it? There. 42%. Okay. I don't know about courseplay. I don't use it. I have given up on courseplay. I got tired of fighting it. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way I don't see why Courseplay would have an issue with the fields. I mean, typically with the fields that are these shape, I would advise with Courseplay to have it do 2 to 3 headlands and then do your course. And then that would allow it to kind of get in there and get in all the nooks and crannies. It'll also make turning around a little bit easier when you've got ditches, where you got fences right up along the field edge. Chaser, what is up? What is up? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about maps like this, maps like UMRV. They are very, very popular with a core group of playing individuals. I think it has to do with their overall realistic feel as far as the lay of the land, the map layout. Right, like looking here at the road, we've got some undulations in the road that are somewhat then transferred to the field, but not 100% transferred to the field. Right? We got a rolling road. It's just not a flat road. It's not all straight. It's got, you know, a little bit of pitch here and there. We got a little bit of undulations in the field as a result of the road, but kind of the field itself is kind of naturally over time smoothed itself out. Simper, what's up? What is up? I don't recall seeing any sort of headers like this at the farm show, but we surely did see a good number of other header manufacturers there. Yeah, all the work of the land kind of over time just smooths it all out. Mike, I have no idea what the Bushel Plus mod is, but therefore I'm not using that, no. Definitely gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way because I realized that this is a starting harvester, so I didn't add guided steering to it. It is a cool header. It is a cool header. I'm not sure I really follow the logic on the seed and fertilizer buildings, but yeah, those are kind of interesting as well. Dwayne, what's up? What is up? You missed it earlier because this video is brought to you by somebody with your name on it. Thought it was important to let you know that. I'm glad to see this map get released for console. Give those guys some more maps with realistic shaped fields. Although I have to say, I think this map would look pretty darn cool as a 4X. This won't take long, and then we will we'll hit the baler over there. And I guess I will buy the spinnery just to send the flax straw down there. We'll have to figure out something to do with the fabric. Yeah, the field sizes or the field shapes, right? The field shapes will keep any farmer busy for quite a while, keep it up with things. I had someone leave a comment that they didn't like the map because they call themselves a lazy farmer, and the field sizes and shapes require them to be paying too much attention. So I thought that was a little funny. Well, Avery, sometimes I ask that question myself. Usually it's around folks that want to do the fast farming stuff. If your goal is to try to get it done as fast as possible, then maybe there's something else. Well, I guess you could level out all the drainage ditches. Right? I guess you could level out all the drainage ditches. Captain Kiwi! Welcome, sir. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Glad you enjoyed the FarmCon videos. Yes, there were plenty. There were plenty that were time-stamping reflections in the comments. It's vindication that I'm definitely not a vampire. Vindication, I am definitely not a vampire. Who knows? You might get to see more of me at PAX East. Giants is setting up a meet and greet, from what I understand. I will be at PAX East. I'll be bringing my mini-me with me. My 9-year-old is going to be coming along. And, yeah, we're making a trip out of it. So if you are in the Boston area or can be in the Boston area for the end of March, maybe see if you can attend PAX East. Giants will be there. I'm going to be there. Several other creators, I believe, are going to be making an appearance. Alright, let's go unload this thing. Okay. Oh, I didn't know it was each store. Who likes this gravity wagon? I like this gravity wagon already, because it's slow to unload. Got to see plenty of nice augers and belts also at the farm show. It's definitely something I would advise anyone who enjoys farm sim, enjoys farm machinery, to try to make their way out to. Nice. Ah, Chris, I just started with the main farm. But if you don't like the augers, right, you could always start with a farm that doesn't have augers. Or doesn't have the grain bin, the individual grain bins. Let's park this over here. Oh, I was on Chilliwack. That was no chill. That was a lot of work. It was a lot of work bringing all that money in on the BGA. Let's see, what can we do with our flax seed? Flax seed is just for sale, I think. Oh, it pays good, but we're on easy peasy economy. The train on this map is really nice too. I don't know if you've seen it. All custom train cars. Custom skin train cars. Andy, typically I do as much as I can myself. After all, my general tagline is, farming is my chill, right? So, this is how I chill out. This is how I relax. Just going through the motions. Doing all the steps. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, one of the advantages of the timestamps is you can always jump right to the fly around portion where we fly around and look at the various farms. Adam, there's pickup trucks, there's custom vehicles on the road. So if you watch during the map video, you'll see some of those custom vehicles. So there's one. Dodge pickup. So it's just custom traffic, custom vehicles. Keith, what are you doing today? How's it going? Bridge Bop, how are you doing today? How's everybody doing this fine Saturday afternoon? Just think, a week ago I was walking around the very last part of the farm show. I believe that's where we were just a week ago. I don't know, Adam. I don't know. Now there is a pretty big there's still a pretty big back weight on map and mod submissions in the mod hub, so it could be that an update has been posted and it's just pending testing. They've been back nearly 2 months since the holiday break and are still trying to get caught up from that holiday break. Oh, range day tomorrow. I tell you what, that's always an exciting day in my book. Maybe it's been submitted a few times. Maybe it's been kicked back for one reason or the other. And every time it gets kicked back, if it's another week wait, right? It doesn't take too long for that to really add up. I believe that's part of the delay that this map had. What will that do? What will too much wormer do? Well, that's not good. Right? That's not good. Chris? Do they like try to make the dog vomit? Do they get in there with something and try to suck it out? Farmer G is in the house. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Welcome back. That's what I should say. That's what you all should say. I feel like it's been a while. We got back just in time to do our Sunday night convoy night. And then I think we only did maybe one more live stream, and then we had map videos. Then one day I just really didn't feel like doing anything. Rabbit Rob is in the house. What do you all think about Giants' announcement of Farming Simulator 23 for mobile and Switch? That was a little bit of a surprise announcement, was it not? Get your farming on, get your chill on while you're out and about. Two maps, an American map and a European map. Jacer. Jacer's doing the job. He's walking the walk and doing the talk. You can. When that copier is really getting at you, you can just, you know what? Forget it. I gotta harvest the field. Oh, Rabbit Rob, I know you're gonna get it. I know you're gonna get it. Darren, aka Mojo Gaming, thank you, sir, for the sub. Well, Adam, I mean, yeah. The Switch is going to have even more restrictions, I think. I don't think you're going to have mod support for Farm Sim 23 in general. Right? I mean, what mobile game has mod support? No. Doug, they're different games entirely. Oh, you just finished Field 1? Avery, tonight we're gonna do a double feature of Farm Sim. We'll be back here on Edgewater tonight. Tonight I want to work on harvesting some more of the new crops. This afternoon we're focusing on Flax here on Field 1. Alright, we swathed it. Now we're picking it up with this header, running it through the harvester. We're going to bale it. I'm going to take the flax straw. We're going to take it over to the spinnery and get it rocking and rolling with fabric production. Blue sign, that is a pickup header that is part of the required mods for this map. Came out in the Giants Mod Hub on Friday, same day as the map. And it is designed to pick up the mowed crop. So this is flax that's been mowed down in order to dry. This header is designed to pick that up and gently run it into the harvester. And then the harvester obviously processes it like normal. So, if you are just like me, one of the reasons we didn't stream this week one night was I was finishing up my taxes. Thank you, Government Sam, for requiring taxes. I did have a couple of nice surprises, so we will be getting some dineros back from the government. And if you're like me, getting some dineros back from the government, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what could I do with all this fine money that I temporarily loaned the government and now I have gotten back into my own pockets. Well, I'll tell you one thing you could maybe think about doing, and that would be taking a look at the custom Apex gaming computer setups that we have here. We have partnered with Apex Gaming Computers to design 3 pre-built systems. We got the Yeoman, we got the Homesteader, and we have the Rancher. Those are the 3 names of the pre-built systems. They're all configured to work fabulously with simulation games like Farm Sim, like SnowRunner, like American Truck Sim, and soon, very soon, whenever it drops, Forza Motorsport. So why don't we learn a little bit more about those Apex gaming systems? Thinking of buying your first gaming PC or maybe looking for an upgrade? Consider one of my custom configurations from Apex Gaming. I have partnered with Apex Gaming to bring you the Yeoman, Homesteader, and Rancher configurations. From the entry-level Yeoman with the value-leading 6-core, 12-thread, 12400F Intel processor, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, and the GeForce 1660 Super, to the mid-tier Homesteader with the 12600KF 10-core, 16-thread processor paired with the GeForce 3060 Ti, or let it all out with the Rancher that comes standard with the Intel Powerhouse 12900KF 16-core, 24-thread processor capable of a max performance boost of 5.2 GHz coupled with the GeForce 3070. All of these starting configurations have, in my opinion, the perfect balance between performance and value, which will surely give years of great gaming and, when the time comes, an excellent upgrade path as well. Save up to $250 using my discount code FARMER-KLEIN or the referral link down in the description below. We are nearly done this part of the field. We can start jumping in our Vermeer round baler, self-propelled round baler. I tell you what, I got a chance to see that exact machine at the farm show. I know I put it up on the videos. I think for day 2 is one cool piece of machinery. Something I did not know at all is you can actually disconnect the rear baling chamber from that baler, and then I suppose connect a different baling chamber up to it. So that was a pretty cool video to watch. Captain Kiwi, we are back to our regularly scheduled program. No more planned breaks. That was the first and only planned break we've got for the night, or for the day. Rabbit Rob, do you have an Android or a, well, not Android phone? I think Farm Sim 23 was listed as like $7.99 over at the Android shop. I didn't look to see if there's an Apple tax, what it's going to cost. Scott, you can sell the flax seed. I think maybe more, what can you do with the flax straw? That is run it through the spinnery to make fabric. You know, Rabbit Rob, these days they're just called mobile texting devices. People don't really use their phones to conversate orally. That's so yesteryear. Schultz, what'd you get? I tell you what, I've got a Samsung S22 Plus, and that thing took all the videos of the Farm Sim show, or the Farm Sim, not the Farm Sim, but the Farm Machinery show in 4K. That thing is crazy. S23 Ultra, yeah. Takes some nice video, it does. We're We're S buddies. Well, you know what you can do, Rabbit Rob? Especially Schultz, now that he's got his new S23 Ultra. You can put a Farming is My Chill phone case on it. No better way to protect it. Over at the merch shop. I went from an S9 to an S22. So I'm gonna be good for a while. Oh, let me know when that shows up. I got a gimbal for the for PAX East. I'm gonna be trying that out for the phone. Make it a little bit easier to hold the phone and make smooth videos. This 9 was a really good phone, and honestly the only reason I replaced it is because it was becoming very, very hard to charge. It would only charge from one cable, and it had to be setting completely flat, motionless. It's like the charging plug just got loose. It is actually a DJI gimbal. I looked at several. There were several on Amazon. I ended up picking that one. Alright, let's dump this in. Almost 30,000 liters of seed in this part of the field. Ryan, I typically don't have favorites of anything. I would tell you that an easy way of knowing which maps I really enjoy would be the ones that I actually have played on. That list is fairly short. Yeah, I shouldn't have to be running in order to unload a gravity wagon. Richard, I don't know. I mean, I think helper's logic is built into the implement, not so much the map. And the fact that one, you're mowing a crop that traditionally can't be mowed. Let's say wheat. And in the case of flax, you're mowing a crop that doesn't exist anywhere else. I don't know where the fault is, but I suspect it's a combination matter of it being a rather unique crop, and you're harvesting it in a very unique way. Turn on auto drop. Yes, indeedy. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. Let's go to town. Yeah, we played on Hofbergman, so that's definitely on the list. Looking forward to that update. Apparently we're going to be able to fish. Do some other cool things. Well, right, I would say that first place to start would be to figure out what are you looking for. Are you looking for maps that are kind of emulating a real life area? Or are you looking for maps that have specific features and aspects? Do you like square fields? Do you like non-square fields? Do you like maps that are flat? Do you like maps that are hilly? Are you looking for a map that emulates somewhere in the United States or in North America? Are you looking for a map that's European based? Are you looking to do animals? Or are you looking to do crops? I think once you answer some of those questions internally, you'll then be able to start narrowing down your options. The other thing would be to take a look at my playlist. I've got several playlists. Then I have a master playlist for the maps. So there's a master map playlist, and then I've got a playlist for North American maps, European maps, Polish maps, South America maps, forestry maps, UK and Irish maps. So if you narrow it down to a specific map type or map style, then you could possibly look through those playlists. Each thumbnail has a screen grab of the PDA on it, as well as typically a aerial shot of the starting farm and surrounding farmlands. That can give you a little bit of an idea on what the map looks like before you even click into the video. But I very much appreciate not having a whole lot of time, really. You may be interested in smaller maps, smaller fields, so that you can get more, feel like you get more accomplished in any one play session. Tukey is a farm boss for 19 months. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Liberty, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. The Spanish map does look interesting, especially if you've ever wanted to do olives or grapes but just never drew them out, you know, planted them, because planting them can be awful expensive. But that new Spanish map, right, it's got a ton of grapes, a ton of olives already existing. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to check out the Farm Sim podcast that dropped yesterday. Giants is going to be at the Houston Rodeo again this year. They were at the Houston Rodeo last year. That is a 3-week-long event. Something crazy. If you are in the Houston area or if you are in Texas and can make it to the Houston Rodeo, you have an opportunity to meet up with Giants. I think they'll have some gaming systems set up, some console set up to demonstrate and play the game. Who knows? Maybe they'll even have some switches set up to get some early hands-on with Farm Sim 23 that's going to be releasing in May of this year. And I tell you what, they have announced something in that podcast. First, they've confirmed or announced that there will be a 1.9 update to the game coming out for the Govel, I think that's how you say it, DLC. That's the one with the large stationary chaff baler. We did a news update about that right before the trip to the farm show. And with that 1.9 update, Giants has heard the cries. Giants has heard the requests, finally, to provide players with bale and pallet storage built in. With the 1.9 update, you don't have to buy the Google. I think that's how you go. The Go something. We're just going to go with that. You won't have to buy that DLC to make use of bale and pallet storage. It is going to be included with the 1.9 free update. We're going to get more details on what that means soon, they said. But players on console that have a bale limit, that have the pallet limit, well, you can put down a storage building, store your bales away, store your pallets away, and they will not count towards your limit when they are in the storage. Thankfully, that has come. I know that I had asked about such like that before FS22 even released. I think I asked about it during their FarmCon session in 2021, and the answer I got was basically, production's only going to spawn one pallet at a time, so it's not going to be a need. It's like, yeah, okay. Clearly you don't know what players like to do. Players like to hoard things. They like to hoard bales, they like to hoard pallets until it is a good price to sell them. And now we are in March of 2023, and we're going to be getting with the 1.9 update bale and pallet storage for all platforms. I don't know, Tookie. I don't know, Scooter. I know that they have typically in the past preferred to write their own solutions. Of course, that's not saying that they aren't maybe borrowing some, if not code-wise, that they might be borrowing some design-wise from existing solutions. I know one thing I hope that they don't do. I hope they don't make it like the warehouse ones, where it's product input, product output. then you always end up having product in the trigger. But we will get more information. We'll get more information as we get closer to the release of the DLC, which I believe was March 23rd? March 20-something. I know it's right before we leave for PAX East. I'm really looking forward to the Go Feel pack. That's how we're gonna go with it. I used that in FS17. It was part of the mod contest in FS17. I think it won a mod contest award, I believe. And we used it on Serenity Valley, which was a map that was done by my friend Rockhound. Oh, that would be funny. That'd be funny, Jacer. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to make one. I mean, if you need a limited run of a shirt that says "Blame Rob," I think we could get that accomplished. All right, I'm gonna make 3 more bales. And then we're gonna haul 14 bales off to the spinnery. I'm a little concerned that maybe the spinnery won't accept bales. We'll see. Now we've got 11 made so far. Anybody coming out to PAX East, I'm going to have some business cards. I had to get those made up because I scored some press credentials for the convention. And they're like, please show up with your business card. They're like, oh, I guess I need to make some business cards. So I got those on order last night. Maybe I need to buy a new mower. Or I need to get one of those Coyote side-by-sides. Can I expense that out? I don't think so, Scooter. I don't think I'm going to do that. one more. One more to go. I drove by my local farm machinery shop today, and I noticed that they had a coyote banner out front. I was like, oh, look there. You didn't even know something existed, and now that you've seen it once, you see it a lot. All right, let's get ourselves a bale trailer. Oh, this holds 24 bales. Well. We're gonna make some more then. Yeah, this is kind of this is a small part of the of field one. The one interesting thing I've found out about using the swather to harvest this crop is if you leave the header down and you run out of the field, well, it's going to mow the grass that's right off the field edge. Right? You don't have that issue with a regular harvester. So we're at 15. Won't take long to fill these up. Won't take long. It's flax fabric. Duh. I don't know, Dwayne. I don't know. I have had some shirts before that said that they were made by like corn stalks or something. Linen is made with flax. Urbane Furball, what is up? So, linen is made with flax? Is all linen made with flax, or is simply fabric made with flax called linen? That's pretty cool. Every day is a learning day. Kind of missed those shirts I had that were supposedly made out of something. I think it was made with corn or sugar cane or something. It's a really light shirt. It's really airy. It breathed real well in the summer. I like to see the introduction of new things like this, where you can take this flax straw and do something with it. Mr. Jeter, do they have Grateful Dead logos on them? Speaking of that, I posted a really cool video in the videos channel yesterday of a channel I like to watch. They restore, they don't necessarily restore, but they kind of revive old vehicles, and they had a short bus, a short axled VW bus from the 70s. It had a bunch of hippie looking paintings on the side of it. They got it running, and they commenced to spend about a third of the video doing wheelies. Because the wheelbase was so narrow. There was so much of the bus that was hanging out over the front and back. All you had to do was pop the clutch and rev it a bit, and it'd do wheelies. I have not, Urbane. I've never seen anybody work flax. I've never seen flax in a field that I know of. Patrick, I think the map's right. I kind of have a thing for irregularly shaped fields. Well, I don't think it was necessarily missing sell points in the video I did yesterday. maybe in the original release 9 months ago. But here we have for Flax, we've got 6 sell points right here. Multiple sell points for just about everything. Raphael, how are you doing? Good morning, Paul. How is Sunday doing? UMRV in this map, right? UMRV in this map hold it pretty good. Especially this up here. Right, they get a bit more sane down here. Up here they're a bit wild and frenzied. Yeah, those northern fields, that'd be a challenge for course play, no doubt. Rebellion, I am not. At least not anymore. Yeah, 30 years ago. 30 years ago or so. Alright, 21, okay. So it might be, we might only get close to 24 bales off of this section. We're not going to get 24. We might get one more after this. Nope. Nope. This will be the last bale we drop on this side. Then we'll head back to the shop, get our bale trailer, and try to deposit this at the spinnery. Has anybody been to the Houston rodeo? it wasn't so far away, I'd like to go one day. It's just for me, literally halfway across the country. There's that. Nitro Frog! Good to hear, good to hear. Got some pretty neat water points scattered around the map. Where are you? Where did you put your farm? Which farm did you start at? Oh, the cow farm. Okay. That's right there. It's nice and close to the shop. Oh, are you from the Edgewater region? And off we go. I don't know why, I kind of like looking at these, seeing these billboards. During the map tour, there was a UNICEF billboard there about the earthquake in Turkey. That was a bit of a surprise. There's some custom traffic. A red truck, red dually. So, how would you all say that this represents the real area then? That for me is always a good metric for a map is how well does it represent the real area. All right, a quick jaunt down there. Oh, is that the goal? Head down to Florida after everything's planted? Do you have a winter farm down there? Really, it's too bad you can't pick up a different sized bale. Like if it was going to be on the top. That. Oh, Jacer, I get it now. You are correct. As always. In Florida, farms are also called golf courses. That's a good reminder to have. All right, there we go. Oh, how is the weather in Chicago? Cold and windy. I was saying earlier it's about 38 here now. Maybe mid-30s. It was 77. It was nearly 80 degrees on Thursday. And now we're talking about 35, 36. I need to look at contracts. I wanna harvest lentils, harvest peas. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do both of those. There, that way the AI won't do those. Alright, let's see here. We turn in here. Believe. This will take us back to the spinnery area. No. All right. There it is. We are very much the wrong spot. Minus 90 is no good. Minus 90 is not good. Especially if you're measuring it in Fahrenheit. I would say it's hard to say that's a good temp for anything. Oh, that is a very good point. Dispatch GHGT. At some point, it just becomes cold. That's all that matters, is it's cold. Alright, let's see. I don't know if I can dump these bales here or not. We're about to find out if it takes bales. Or if we have to dump loose. Yay, it takes bales. Oh, is it filled up? Did you seriously fill up that fast? Yay! I love the fact that I can get money for my flax straw, then buy it and make product. So that'll run that for a while. Really cool seeing Anderson at the Farm Machine show. I think they had this trailer there. That takes 45,000 liters. I don't know how much each bale is. Let's turn around. We'll go the other way. Tell you what, I really enjoyed all the Anderson trailers in 19. I realized that I ceased to use autoload trailers once that DLC came out. Up until that DLC's release, I was using autoload trailers to pick up bales. And then that came out and we just stopped. Just stop doing it. So much ground upheaval with the roads. Oh, I didn't really pay that much attention to the trailer at the show. It wasn't attached to anything. To know how much you had to actually trigger from inside or not. It's also cool to see the Arcusin multi-pack. Urbane, I would say I like to play it realistic-ish. Realistic-ish. Oh, there's a ditch there. this lined up. There we go. My guess is there's some sort of optical sensor for it to know when there's a bale there, or a sort of a maybe some sort of a weight system. When the bale hits the back of the pickup arm, it triggers. That would be a guess. Tell you what, these poles are right on the field edge. Right, you gotta be super careful with those. I think you really should get a good bonus, like the 20% that the map author says we get for swathing, because it's an extra step, right? I gotta run through the field at 9 miles an hour with this. Then I gotta run through the field at whatever speed with the harvester to pick it up. Whereas with a traditional grain header, right, it would just be running it through once. It's really neat watching those just bale accumulators in general work. A lot of it's very mechanical. What I did with the other field is I did 2 rounds going around the outside of the field, and then I worked my up and downs. This is quite the outline. Typically, in real life, there isn't a PTO on the back of the harvester, and most balers are driven by PTO. So that's one reason. Now there are some real life baling implements that have been made to work with a harvester. Some of those don't even involve the harvester putting the chaff on the ground. It dumps it straight into the baler. But I think in those cases, either the baler needs to be retrofitted to be able to operate without needing PTO from the attached vehicle, or the baler's been modified to provide a rear PTO connection to power the baler. Jeez. This is going to make an interesting evening. I think, Chris, it depends on the contract. Let's look. Here's Flax, Harvest Flax. They're giving you a traditional grain header. But I suspect you could harvest it however you wanted. Flax, still a traditional grain header. My guess is all the contracts are going to give traditional header equipment. But it's up to you to harvest it however you want. Oh, it won't be too bad once we... Okay, so we're going to make 2 arounds all the way around the perimeter. And then we're going to make our up and down passes. Probably east to west passes. And then when we get into the little notches, we'll continue or we'll work on something else. Delilah, thank you, sir. 15-month farm and Baron membership. But like for the other side of the field that we've already done, I did 2 arounds, and then I went east and west, and then I went north and south. And that worked fairly well. Now this is a standard size map. It is actually a cross-play map. Rabbit Rob is feeling generous with 5 gifted memberships. Shadow Tribe, you're a member. Will, you're a member. Walter, David, you are now members, as is Cape Cod River. You are all now members of the channel. Congratulations. Thank you, Rabbit Rob, for being so generous. Map has lots of cool new features. The ability to swath various crops like this one. This is Flax. So now we went around it once. We'll go around it one more time. ultimately, this part of the field, we're going to ultimately do north-south runs. Once we get done our 2 rounds. And then up here, I think I'm going to do east-west runs. Until we get down to that little narrow choke point right above the number 1. And then we'll work that section independent of these sections. That's kind of how I work these fields that are irregularly shaped like this, is I try to chunk them up. Got a couple more sirens to go. So yeah, we're going to east-west to about here. Then from here over to the left, we're going to north-south it. We're going to continue east-westing here. And then over there, where it's narrow, we'll do something else. And then what I'm thinking about doing is when we get around to planting this field, I want to plant this section in 1 crop. We could just split it right here. Plant this in something and plant this in something. But I think I'm just going to split it and make this 1 field and this another one. But that's what we'll do. Amps, hello! Welcome to the stream. One benefit in harvesting it this way is, well, your harvester will never be stuck where it can't get unloaded, right? I would also say if you're someone that really gets worked up over these shaped fields, you can probably come in here and level most of them out, smooth them out. So I'm pretty sure you own all the land. You can definitely buy the road network. So if you buy the road network, then you can smooth those out. Swather is nice, right? 30-foot header. I think that's what this one's got. Into the really windy portion. Walter, I agree. I agree. You know, there's areas that need drainage. So if you don't supply that drainage, then water will just sit in the field and won't obviously produce well. So that would be one argument for why you wouldn't want to move it all out. That's what the description said, Chris. Yeah. 20% bonus. They're saying on the Discord that oats are a crazy crop with the 20% bonus. Amps, I suspect it will not wither because it's been mowed. As far as I know, you still need to wait for it to be ready to harvest state. And as far as the game is concerned, this is now harvested. So if we come here and we go to our harvested overlay, you can see that as far as the game's concerned, this has already been harvested. So it can't wither. The windrow just can't wither. Just about done our second round. Like I said, then we can get to the easy part. This swather is over at the Giants Mod Hub. It's actually by BC Bueller as well. Once we get over here and I can enable guided steering, I'll show it to you. We are going to harvest the flax that's actually on the ground, and then we are going to bale the flax straw that comes out of the harvester. Yes, we've already done that for the southwestern portion of the field. So this swather is the swather pack. Comes with the Agco swather. You get in Case, Challenger, Heston, Massey Ferguson. And then you have a 16-foot mower header, or what we have used, this 30-foot header. And that's what we're doing. Yeah, I heard about it, Mike. I'm not really interested in more yield. This yield's fine. Or Bang, you could always just use the landscaping and paint the bushes, paint some shrubbery in along the edges of fields, along waterways. Ryan, in this map, it's been configured to give an extra bonus because theoretically you're losing less grain by harvesting it this way. The way I understand it, when you harvest it this way, you mow the crop when it's still a little green, and this simply just lays it down fairly gently onto the ground, and then the crop dries out as it is on the ground, and then the harvest header is going to come by and gently pick this up. So this pickup header, which is designed with belts and little tines to gently pick the product up and then move it up into the feed housing and then into the harvester, where it's then harvested for grain, right? The grain separation process happens, and then grain goes in the grain storage of the harvester, straw, chaff, whatever comes out the back, and then at that point you can scatter it to the wind, you can bale it, you can collect it with a forage wagon. On this map, flax straw has been set up to actually work at the spinnery. So the spinnery will make fabric out of the flax straw. So when you look at the prices, right? Normal straw, pretty darn cheap. Flax straw, pretty darn cheap for 1,000 liters. But you know what? If I can take and make fabric out of my flax straw, sadly this map can't sell fabric. A little bit of an oversight. We have to put down a sell point in order to do that. But I can sell fabric for a heck of a lot more per 1,000 liters than I can the straw. So we're going to be putting down a fabric sell point. Hopefully the map gets updated to allow you to sell fabric without having to put them on down. There's a cow farm. There's a single cow farm that is right here by field 13. So 5 units of flax straw is going to make 3 units of fabric. We're going to get 576 units per month. So that's 1,500 liters a month of flax or fabric from flax straw. So yeah, it's going to take quite a long time to chew through that. Similar to the speed that cotton is set up, wool's going to be processed much quicker. Swathing is definitely different from tedding. Tedding is involved in taking a crop grass that's already been mowed and then scattering it, spreading it out so that it can dry better. So we're not tedding this, we're simply cutting it and laying it down in a windrow so that it can dry. There's another player farm right over here. I think there are a total of 7 farms on the map. There's no waiting for it to dry. You just come through here right away if you want and harvest it. Now, you realize that in real life, it's not the process of tedding that causes it to dry. The sun is drying it. Tedding is scattering it to the wind, or scattering it around, so that it's not as thick in a windrow. Therefore, it can dry easier. It's fluffing it up a little bit, so airflow can get underneath of it, for example. But in the end, it's still the sun that's drying it. Alright guys, I think that's going to do me for this afternoon. I'm going to be back in just under 4 hours for our second live stream of the day. We're going to be back here on Edgewater. We're going to take care of some lentils and peas this evening. I've got to go take care of dinner and do a few other housekeeping type things, because we will be traveling tomorrow. There will be no live stream tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, and I'm going to be away until Wednesday. We'll be taking a laptop and various other tech gear if a map does drop. I will be working on getting that prepared and released for you guys, and then hopefully we'll be back Wednesday evening to be in a position to do some sort of live stream that night. March is going to be a very, very busy month for me. When I get back Wednesday, we're going to be here for about a week and a half, about 10 days. And then we're shipping out again for a 4-day work trip. We're going to get back Then we're going to ship out again 4 days later for PAX East. Looking forward to meeting anybody that may be going to PAX East up in Boston. Giants is going to be there, as well as some other creators. If you live in the area, highly encourage you to try to make it out for at least a day. Visit with Giants, visit with us. And until next time, happy farming.